Hello, Moment friends! Ending here for another episode of Pelennor Fields. When we last left off, we were on our way to talk with Eastred to learn of, basically, what the Rohirrim are doing here and why they're not moving along. Seriously, this is serious encampment to set up these tents like this. Alright, let's talk, buddy.
I thought you would be somewhere in this assemblage.
My lands were well represented in the muster, and my heart soared to see the gladness in my king's eye for it. 300 valiant men of the Sorcrofts wait his command. My son Fulcred, though, will weather the storm in Aedrus. With my mother. It was the vile Clumgam that moved her to spirit Fulcred away from Snowborn. But now I am glad that it was done. The Lady Eowyn will keep them safe. And my wife Elflad has gone after them to await until the war be done. For my part, I'm hoping to see Crumgan in our path on the road to Gondor. He and I have unfinished matters to which we must attend. Insults were done to me and my house, and I would have them repaid in blood. Okay, friendly guy. Okay, so let's see. We have a long way to go this way. Really long way to go this way. Instead of the Kingsmen, I think that this is probably the worst way to be going, but we're going this way anyway. Alright. Unbelievably hard to navigate, but I mean, it is a forest, so you know, it makes sense. I think this will get us across. Bye, horse. Alright, let's hurry on up. Apparently we haven't looted all that stuff yet still. Alright. Still in the war state of the Kingsmen. Tons of lag, alright. Here is a stable master, which we should probably talk to.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
I think there'd be more stable masters along this whole road. But apparently there ain't. Alright. That's over heroic. So many players. I think this turn is right. If not, then oh well. Warstead of the Helmlingas. Once again.
Ah, welcome to the last journey.
The Stone Deans are behind, and Gondor lies ahead. The words of Hilgarand serve me as my shield in my fight with the Dunlendings, as I knew they would. The seers spoke of my death by orcish hand. Then let me fight the Dunlending tribes from morning until night. But now that Woodhurst is reclaimed, and Gifmond oversees it in my name, I will not refuse the command of my king. I march to war, and I wonder if the orc that will lay me low stands ready somewhere at the end of this road. He certainly does. but I will not let that dissuade me from facing him. I have prepared my son, Herafara, for this, if my days are soon to be ended. He knows our duty. Join us and rejoice. Glory and honor awaits us, Andang.
There is much to be done.
Andang, I have not seen you since we fought together at Brockenbridge. Your arrival is unexpected, but most welcome. Are you aware of our current troubles? Orc spies have been spotted in the woods, not far from here. They are searching for us, that is certain. I have a task for you. Defeat these spying orcs so that we Rohirrim can remain hidden. Return as soon as you can, as there is much that needs doing, and I need all the help I can get. Oh yeah, great. Let's just stop here a while and quest a while. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so now we have to go all the way back over there. So excited. Not really. Alright. Just really cool how they all stay in like their groups and yet they're still this huge force. Really, really cool. And amazing. Just the logistics alone of summoning all these men and having enough food and all that stuff for them is incredibly hard. Tons and tons of people, for example, like on something like the First Crusade, for example, just died of hunger because they didn't have the right food supplies, and so then they'd end up stealing it from the local populace because they didn't want to starve. And typically that would drive up prices immensely because all of a sudden they would have food shortages because all these people were traveling through that the areas that they were traveling through couldn't even support them, which is just amazing. And so it's just very interesting to see this type of stuff and realize the sheer amount of logistics it takes to have thousands and thousands of people traveling over this huge amount of land. Let's head on up this way, just for fun. Theoden's Warstead. That is awesome. Got all the banners. Very cool. Can't go inside, because Theoden's a busy man, apparently. Alright, very cool. Let's head on along the rest of the path. Yes, back into the Erlingas, of course. Of course. Who is that guy? No idea. Thrym! Thrym. The guy who claims to be a hero but might not actually be.
We have been through much.
Andang, what adventures have brought you to join this assemblage? I have here but one errand, but it is composed of the finest warriors in all of Rohan. I stake my honor upon it. We have been through much to come so to this company. We received the call to the weapons take on the night of March 11th, and so I began to gather what men I could. 2 errands of Wildermore's most skilled riders. At dawn I led these men east to the wold, but I did not know the danger that was so near. Under cover of darkness, orcs and Easterlings had crossed the river at the Undeeps. They overwhelmed the watchers at Stangard and crossed into the wold. The enemies assailed Harwick, but Aldor Harding had already gone to the weapons take. His son Leadwing remained in the city, and saw that all would soon be lost. That is when my Erods charged right into the flank of the enemy. Our fortunes did not hold, and we were soon routed. The city was now afire. Laidwing rode forth and fought valiantly, but he was grievously wounded. We withdrew to defensible position on a hilltop. It was to be the location of our last stand. In the morning on March 12th, as the enemy prepared to climb the hill, put an end to us. One of our scouts reported hearing a sighing sound on the wind. It was the rustling branches, thousands of them, and it rushed down from Wildemore in a great flood of sound. Beyond that great sound came the trees, dozens of trees in every variety, and among them strode great shepherds. At first I thought there were devils of Nerzum kind, but it was not so. They were led by a strange fellow by the name of Leaflock, and he spoke in halting fashion of many unfashionable mysteries, some of which I still have not unravelled. There will be time for determining the meaning behind his words later, if we survive the war ahead. He did not consider himself or his people warriors, but I can tell you they became terror on the battlefield. The enemy will not come back to the wold. Good grief, he's telling us like every detail because he's superhero man and has to just extrapolate his importance in everything, of course. I'm still convinced, if you watch my Wildemore series, you'll know this, that Thrym is actually not a real hero. He just uses propaganda to make it seem like that he is. But that's why he's essentially, in my mind, like Gaston, essentially. He's the Gaston character of LOTRO. There was only one Erod left to me after the battle. We rode with haste to the Entwade, and changed horses. We passed Ardberg at dusk, but did not stop. Upon reaching Beacon Watch, we had to stop and rest, and learned there that Theoden camped in Fearen Wood the night before. At dawn on the 13th, with our horses refreshed, we crossed the Meering stream, and rode hard through the Beacon Hills. We were so close, but not yet close enough. We were beset by orcs and varags near Amon-Din. We broke through the line of varags, but they did not pursue us. I think now I know the reason. They knew the road ahead would be held against us. In the darkness of night, we came to the western flank of the encampment in the Druiden, and we nearly turned into pincushions by Grimbold centuries. At the last moment, one of the archers recognized me by the spectre of my beard, crimson in the glittering light of the single torch they allowed. Can you imagine what Snangberg would say if this great tale of mine, of riding more than 500 miles in 3 days to the aid of my king, ended with me and my men put in the ground by our own sword brothers? I can imagine what she would say. It makes my head hurt more than any of Nerzum's tantrums. Okay, so the fact that he claims to have gone 500 miles in 3 days on horseback, albeit different horses, I find very unlikely. It's possible. It's possible because you can go about 30 miles an hour at full charge on a war steed, so you could, in theory, cover that amount of space in that amount of time, but I just don't believe Thrym. Gotta be honest. That is the tale, Anteng, whether you believe it or not. We have ridden hard, and through battle, to stand with Theoden King. Onward to triumph and glory. I have spoken already with Harding, and given him news of his son, but you should speak with him also. He is on the northeastern reaches of the encampment. So there's like 3/4 of the episode. Thrym. Whoa, that is cool. The guy's just hanging out there. Alright. They did a really good job with this. Okay, so now we need to talk to Harding. The northeast reaches of the camp. It's just like a never-ending quest. Alright.
You have joined the ride as well, I see.
Should we get to Minas Tirith in time, there will be quite a battle, but it is not certain we will do so, for there is some trouble ahead in the road. You tell Harding that you spoke with Thrym about his journey from Wildermoor. Then you must have heard that my son Laedwing led the defense of Hardwick against the creeping orcs and Easterlings. My heart swelled to hear that the Redbeard speak of my son's charge from the city. He will bear his words proudly, and if my own road is to end in the battles to come, I will know that the wold is in capable hands. I did not think my boy would have the ability to lead men in battle. Indeed, I sent him to investigate Wildermoor in part, because I thought he could handle not the dangers pressing from the east. But I am pleased to have been wrong. Sons have a way of growing up and becoming men, I suppose. Speak to Ingbert of the Intwash Vale if you doubt me. He told me that his own son, Horn, has experienced a similar transformation. Ingbert's tents are to the west of here. Alright, thank you everyone for watching another episode of Pelennor Fields. When we return, we will talk to Horn's father and probably Horn, which is super exciting. And that's going to be good. There's going to be a lot of catching up to do, but till then, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you again real soon for another episode of Pelennor Fields. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button below. And if you'd like to see more of my daily content, feel free to subscribe, and you'll be notified when that new content comes out. And also, if you'd like to help support my channel and help me continue to create high quality videos, feel free to support me on Patreon, and you can get all sorts of great rewards in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.